Hi everyone, welcome to this special conversation with Marketing Brew. My name is Alyssa Meyers and I'm a senior reporter here, and I am joined by...
I'm Justine. I'm a running digital content creator based in LA. I'm originally from Taiwan, but I've been living in LA for the past 8 years or so. I'm doing content creation, running focus full time.
I love it. I'm so inspired by your content. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some sponsorship stuff. I think the first thing I'm really curious about when I think about running content, I consume a lot of it. It's such a cool sport because it's very participatory, right? And I assume that you think maybe a lot of your followers, many of them are runners themselves, right? They're not just watching you or watching a marathon. So how does that fact, sort of knowing that a lot of people who are probably consuming your content are also runners, how does that kind of shape your approach to what you're producing?
One of my goals is to bring people who aren't runners into the running community, which is why I think when I create my content or even do my runs or do my races, I think a lot about how I could make running look fun and accessible. And that's not just for, I guess, new runners, but also runners who have been running for a long time. Because I think in the running space, a lot of times, the content around running is about performance, being fast, or training hard. But I think a lot of people forget that it's also something that builds community and helps with mental health.
So true. I feel like that's why so many people get into it, is for more of those kind of like casual reasons or mental health. What are some of the ways that you do that in your content, that you show like, hey, this is fun, this is not necessarily just about performance?
Yeah, so for me specifically, I think that's also how I got started with creating content around running, is that during my races especially, even when I'm training, I will eat a bunch of food because, I mean, food and running comes hand to hand, but a lot of people think you need to be very specific in what types of things you eat and like how much you eat, but making it fun, like after a run I always want ice cream, so I'll show that in my content. Or even during my marathons, there will be a bunch of people on the sidelines bring you food, and I'll take all of them. I'll eat all of them, drink all of them. And so I think that's like a big part of what I show. And other than that, also the training aspect, I think, because I think if you're not a runner, or at least long distance, you sometimes don't know that you need to be eating while you're running, right? And so I try to show that as well, whether it's eating ice cream during my runs or eating cookies, or I've also been starting to try to build a bigger community, in-person community around like run club and activations like that. And so for those, I would always also, I think, invite runners or even walkers of all paces to show that like anyone can be a runner, and after the run, we'll go get ice cream together.
Wow, I love the emphasis on ice cream.
Yeah.
And the accessibility. I mean, how does that approach to content, the fact that, you know, you're trying to make this a little bit fun, something for everyone, how does that impact the way that you think about brand partnerships or choosing who you're going to work with or how you work with them?
Yeah, I think I'm very careful in working with specific partners or brands, because personally, I also don't really know how to fake it. So it has to be a brand or a product that I think will seemingly fit well with my identity and my content and my lifestyle, I think. And so things like ice cream, food in general, like food is a big part of my life. So anything to do with that, I think, is something that I'm usually aligned with. And then as for non-food related, it does have to be like something that I already use or already wear, or something I'm like interested about and have never tried before.
So something you would actually try out. Yeah. Cool. Do you have a dream brand partner you want to work with? Maybe a food you really like or a beverage or something like that?
Right now, I've worked with Salt and Straw, which is the ice cream
So good.
place, and they're actually my favorite ice cream ever. Like, it was what got me addicted to ice cream, I think. And so I think that was one of my dream partnerships. Like, in college, when I tried it for the first time, I was telling my friends one day I want to be their ambassador or something like that. Yeah, so that's, I feel like, already a goal that I hit, but I think it would be cool to be able to work with like a big place like Costco.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah.
You can eat anything you want.
Exactly.
I like this sort of like food and bev theme. I feel like that's kind of something we don't see a ton of in running or sports sponsorships all the time. Is there like a brand or a category like that maybe that you think could be activating more in running or with running creators?
Nowadays there are a lot of alcohol brands that are trying to get into the space. Like you see Michelob Ultra.
Yes.
They sponsor the New York City Marathon. But there are also more, I think, smaller brands, such as, there's one that I've worked with called Fitvine. They cater to athletes specifically.
Cool.
And market it as like a no sugar or a healthier version of alcoholic drinks.
Cool.
And so those are cool. And I think another big thing, especially for women getting into running, are like skincare and makeup brands, which is really exciting, I think, because I think nowadays part of it probably is also because of creators, women runners these days. Like a lot of those brands are like emerging into the space, and showing you can wear makeup, you can like dress nice or dress cute and still be a runner.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Justine. I think we'll leave it there, and I hope you get that Costco deal.
Thank you so much.
Cool.